listening to the DNVR Rockies Podcast presented by Strava Craft Coffee. Remember to use that promo code DNVR20 and you will get 20% off your entire purchase of that CBD-infused, deliciously rich, and potentially life-altering Strava Craft Coffee. I am your host, Drew Creasman. I am the managing editor of DNVR Rockies, and we have got a special episode for you today. As you heard there at the beginning, a little bit of music from today's guest, who is both a musician and a huge Colorado Rockies fan, and oftentimes finds ways to mix those two things together, which is really fantastic. And so, without further ado, I introduce you to Jon Snodgrass. Jon, man, thanks for taking the time to join us today.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here. I think my kids are grubbing a lot of the internet right now, so I get a little kind of glitchy for a second. So, but I'll do the best I can. But I was like, hey, Hopper, can you maybe not play that video game for a second? And he's like, nah. So
actually,
I don't know if that's how it works.
We're doing that. All right. Well, yeah. We appreciate you taking the time. We appreciate you bringing a little music to the show, man. Very, very excited to talk to you about the combination of those two things. We did a podcast a couple of weeks ago with a musician named Matt Duckett, or a comedian, named Matt Duckett, who also does comedy about baseball. And one of the things you and I were talking about when we before we came on here was the way that you have managed to mix and combine, or at least not separate, your music from your Rockies fandom. So why don't we start there with how you came about that decision and what that kind of looks like and means for you?
Oh yeah, I mean, I have a bunch of people I work with, and there's booking agents and folks, but I book a lot of my own shows sometimes with people that I have a good relationship with, that I've been working with, for a long, 20 years, like a really long time. And one of them is in San Diego is Tim Mays at the Casbah, and the Rockies play a lot of games in San Diego, and I like to play in San Diego. So it seemed like a couple years ago, I booked a couple shows, like a weekend around those. And then, see, what year was that? That was maybe 2017, maybe, or 18. I think it was the 18 year that then when the schedule comes out, it comes out so early. I'm like I can kind of book my life a year in advance, which is what I should be doing anyway. So it's made me more professional. So thank you to the Rockies scheduling team, because that's where I choose to go. And yeah, I was supposed to be in, San Diego and San Francisco at the end of March and April. And, obviously that didn't work out, but I'm ready to go next year, 2021. If you look at where the Rockies are going to be, probably going to be there.
Now, you do have a show coming up this evening in just a couple of hours from our live show. It kind of works as a little pregame show for the Colorado Rockies and Arizona Diamondbacks tonight. What can you tell us about that?
Well, I'm going to wear my road grays, and I am. And that show starts at 6. It's with the Levitt Pavilion. I was supposed to get to play there this summer, but it's like a safe at home, or what do they call it? Levitt in your living room. So I'm doing that. But the reason why I reached out to you again, because I've been wanting to do this for a long time, but everything went crazy. But I saw that Breck Brew. I'm like, Breck Brew's doing my thing. Well, Drew likes Breck Brew. I gotta call Mr. Drew. So
we gotta make that happen.
Yeah.
Well, and before too long, we're gonna have to be able to have Breck Brews down at the DNVR bar and all of that, of course. And you were telling me that you're a bar owner yourself before the show came on, and so it's been an interesting time for all that. But yeah, gotta stick up for those local Colorado breweries as well.
For sure. I mean, I've been fortunate. Like when I first moved here to town, or when I first came here to visit, I came out here to visit in '91. I was young, when I left school, I came back out here to stay in 1993. And it's kind of funny that all ties in with the Rockies. Like that's, for example, that's why I wear this one, because it's when I moved here. And believe it or not, I was a Kansas City Royals fan. I was not interested in an expansion team. So I only became a Rockies fan when Bud Black joined, and I've never missed a game, since.
Wow.
That's
Okay,
what happened. And when I had a son, so I'm late. I'm late to the game, but I'm catching up. No. Anyways, what did I miss on that? I was excited. I got super excited and jumped ahead. Wanted to show you my hat. Yeah.
Hey, well, we've got plenty of time to talk about all
Good.
of it, of course. But while we're still in a little bit of promo mode, why don't you tell us a little bit just about the new album and what you got going on?
Yeah. The new record originally.
Uh-oh. Looks like that internet may be...
I think I lost.
See if
Oh, no.
it's coming back.
Did I lose you, Mr. Drew?
Yes, but it sounds like we've at least got your audio back. The video is gone. Can you hear us? Oh, no. Well,
Bummer.
Oh,
If you could see me and hear me.
I can
I
hear
can't
you,
hear
but
you.
I can't see you.
And this is my fault.
That's
Let me see if
all
I can go
right.
to another place.
We may have to postpone the rest of this. We'll see if we can get it in, though. Appreciate everyone
Here we
for
go.
sticking with us through the technical difficulties. Let's see. No. Yeah. Sounds like the video games maybe we'll let them sort of handle that for a minute. Hey everyone, how's it going? Appreciate that there are still people hanging out. The joys of technology and living in the age of everyone having to do things from home and not being able to go down to our studio and have this conversation in person, because that wouldn't be socially conscious or safe, considering we're not in the same bubble, which is too bad. But yeah, we may just have to. You know what? I'll just go ahead and end this one. We'll start it back up if we get our technical difficulties figured out. Appreciate everyone, hanging with us. I'll let you know what we've got sorted, and if not, we'll just have to get John back on another time. But thanks for hanging out. Hopefully, we'll be back real soon.